You've got 7 continents and you've got 5 oceans that get to our 12 different locations. Now note that you don't always have to go through an ocean to get to the other continents. So we have Europe going over to Asia here. So that means there's not always an ocean between, the continents that we're going to be looking at. But we have 5 oceans and 7 continents. So the 5 notes outside the diatonic system are like the oceans between the continents. So you can travel through them, but they are not home base. So in other words, we're always in Western music picking one of 12 7-note collections that we're going to be working in, which are equivalent to the 7 continents, which we can give a Nashville number, permanent number system to, not a scale degree changing number system to, or we can name them by the nodes given to us by the Greeks with the Greek names of them. And then the ones that aren't in those 7-note collection are the ones in between. Those are the oceans. They're always going to be in between, always a half step down or a half step up. But there's not an ocean between each of the notes in the collection of 7 notes. So this highlights the function or chromatic tones as transitional spaces rather than stable destinations. So we still want to be able to identify the oceans are there, but that's not where we want to spend most of our time. We're usually going through the ocean, and at some point we need to hit a landmass. Why? Because we're human beings, okay? We need to be on an actual planet. So if you visualize the fretboard this way, it's like playing a video game. You can master it. And you can master it within the context. It's still difficult, but it's totally doable. For most people, the problem is they're visualizing the system incorrectly, and they're taking on way more work in a way that's not contextual and therefore not fun, not gamified, and not optimal. Notice that this system kind of works well on a guitar because there's actually multiple strings. But if you think about it from a pitch system, the notes are actually, we don't have directions, meaning if I go from the North America over here to Asia, I could go this way, or I could go straight through this way, for example. But the way the pitch system basically works is that all the continents would be like in order. They're in a circle like a racetrack, or like you're going around a block that just goes around in a circle. So it looks something like this. Remember, the numbers don't mean anything in terms of the continents. It's just how I mapped it onto the fretboard one time. But let's say we're on continent number 2. If I want to get to Antarctica over here, continent number 5, if I put it in a circle, notice I don't need to say go left at the grocery store, go left at the glacier or something like that, and go right when you hit this or whatever. You just need to say it's a block system. So I'm going clockwise or I'm going counterclockwise. All I need is distance and direction, clockwise or counterclockwise.